The chairman of all parties Hurriyat conference, Masarrat and other Hurriyat leaders have called upon the United Nations and world major powers to prevent India from further escalating the volatile situation in the region by fiddling with the UN designated disputed status of Jammu and Kashmir. According to Kashmir Media Service, the reaction comes after the Indian government allowed its citizens to vote in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir assembly elections. Masarrat, in a message from an Indian jail, strongly denounced the move and warned the international community that New Delhi is converting occupied Jammu and Kashmir into a settler colony as Israel is doing in the occupied Palestine. He said the Indian government is bringing people from Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Punjab and other Indian states as part of its plan to initially settle more than 2.5 million non-locals in occupied Jammu and Kashmir. He asked pro-India leadership in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir to get rid of Indian slavery and join the Kashmiri people's struggle for freedom to avert existential threat to Jammu and Kashmir and its residents. Other APHC leaders including Naeem Ahmed Khan, Abdul Ahad Para, Javed Ahmed Mir, Ghulam Mohammad Khan Sopori and Mohammad Farooq Rahmani said the latest Indian move is a brazen violation of the UN resolutions on Kashmir. They said the ultimate goal of Indian settler colonialism is marginalization and elimination of the indigenous people of Jammu and Kashmir. National Conference President Farooq Abdullah, who is also head of People's Alliance for Gupkar Declaration, summoned an all-party meeting on Monday to formulate a joint strategy to counter the fresh onslaught by the Modi regime. People's Democratic Party President Mehbooba Mufti, addressing the media in Srinagar, said the BJP wants to install a local fascist and to defranchise the Kashmiri people. She said would not only affect the Kashmiri Muslims but would also prove disastrous for the Dogras of Jammu and Kashmiri Pandits. People in Jammu today took to streets in Janipur area of Jammu against the inclusion of Indian citizens in voter lists of occupied Jammu and Kashmir. The protesters burned the copies of the latest order of the Indian Election Commissioner and raised slogans against the Modi regime. Meanwhile, Indian police martyred another political prisoner in a fake encounter in Jammu district. The police took the prisoner identified as Muhammad Ali Hussain out of Kot Bhalwal jail Jammu and brought him to far off Top Arnia area and killed him in a staged encounter. This is the second extrajudicial killing of prisoners in the Jammu jail in less than 1 year. In October 2021, Indian troops picked up a prisoner, Zia Mustafa, a resident of Azad Jammu and Kashmir, from the same jail, brought him to forest areas in Poonch and subsequently killed him in firing. The inmates of Kot Bhalwal jail went on hunger strike over Ali Hussein's extrajudicial killing.